All right, guys, welcome back to season 4, episode 9. We are getting on the home stretch here, guys, of the Rose Review. We have Josh Mulberry here, my brother, for a long time coming. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you were able to make it on such short notice too.
Thanks,
we were able to just talk about it and figure it out. And so a little bit of background for those who don't know. I have to do this, and I have to do this.
It's cool.
Josh and I met. We went to high school together. We started a band, and that went for about 2 years. Was it 2? Like a year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah, it was like a year with me.
Because we did 2 summers.
Yeah.
How old were you guys?
I was finishing up high school at the time, so that was like what?
I was 17. That was my senior year in high school.
When we started, and then when we continued into the summer, that's when you were going to Full Sail, and I was going into my senior summer. No, my senior year. So I'd say probably early 2016 is when
2015, 2016.
Yeah, 2015, 2016. So we did that. That was a lot. I mean, that was a lot of fun. Looking back on it, it was. I don't know. I had never done anything like that before, and that's kind of like branched me into doing whatever the fuck I'm doing now, which isn't music, but whatever. It doesn't matter. We're getting there. Anyway,
it's all a journey.
So you left and you went to Full Sail.
Yeah.
Which was saddening for us a little bit, because like you were our fucking guy. And what was I gonna say? You left and then you came back and you blossomed as this crazy, completely different musician. And I just kind of want to know, like, your journey. There was a big difference from when you left and when you came back.
Yeah. Talk
to me a little bit about how because you're a jack of all trades. You can produce all types of beats, as well as you're a phenomenal musician.
I really do.
One of the greatest bass players I've ever had the chance to play with, or just be in the company of. Just talk to me. Tell me start to finish. Tell me about just the transition from when it was just Josh playing the bass from Lancaster Mennonite School to now you've named yourself. And
that was weird. It was like I never took music seriously.
Yeah.
Not even going to college. I didn't even go to college for music.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
What'd you go for?
Like, I went for computer animation because I was always into drawing and I was pretty good at it. So I was like, easy way out.
So I'm assuming you do your album covers.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I do all my album covers.
Yeah.
I do all my merch. Anything is all me.
Yeah.
Everything's all me. I don't do out of house anything.
Yeah.
I mean, now that I'm getting money, I could probably do out of house.
Right.
To keep it more, less stress. But yeah, I played, bass in church, played drums in church, and then got with you guys in like senior year. I was like, ooh, cool, a band. It was like, it was different. You know what I'm trying to say? And I was like, oh, this is over. Got to go, go to college.
To your life.
Yeah. Go to computer animation. And like, I did like a year like computer animation, and like one day I was just like, I can't do this for the rest of my life. It was just one of those things.
Did you come back for a little bit after that?
Yeah, so what happened was like I laid out my options. I was like, all right, should I stay and finish computer animation then go back to school for music, or like do I just cut it off right here and like start music? So I was like talking to my mom and everything, and then basically turned out I was like, I switched over to the music production program, and I had 3 months off. So came back to Lancaster for 3 months and then went back out.
Yeah.
To start the music production.
So, I when I last talked to you before you. What happened?
Dead battery?
I don't think so. Give us 1 second, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Sorry about that.
The camera exploded.
Yeah. We went and got a new one, and now we're back. And
now we're back.
Here. Yeah.
Sick.
Welcome back. Where were we?
Something about Full Sail.
We were talking about Full Sail. You came back for 3 months, and then you went back. You started music production.
Yeah.
So, and like I was saying, when I had first started to kind of just when you were coming back, I didn't know you were doing music production until like I think you came back and you visited us and you were telling us. And I wasn't sure what you were gonna do with that. I wasn't sure, but now you started to create like all these different types of beats. So where did that kind of start to connect for you? Because you're a very rhythmic guy already. You have to be when you play the bass.
I got the program Logic. We have like this whole pack for music production, but like you get it like a month. Like you get it that 3 months before you even start. So I was just messing with it, but I had no idea what was going on. Like I couldn't quantize. Like nothing was sticking. Right. I was like, what the hell's going on? But the whole like I like the first thing I ever dropped was like it's called Scottsdale Square, which is like the place I lived at in Florida. It was like all original composition. It was literally on the keyboard of my like Mac, like composing all this stuff. It was cool, but I was like, this thing's trash now.
Right.
Like now I look back, it's trash. But the whole beat thing came about. It was like I met this kid. He was like a huge hip hop head.
Yeah.
He was like showing me. He's like, yeah, man, I got all these drum samples, this samples, and like, he showed me like all his beats. I was like, bro, how do you get that to sample? And he's like showing me how to sample in Logic. And then he told me, the first thing he told me is like, listen, Lo, like, if you go to sample, just make sure like you're gonna get addicted to it. And that's exactly what happened. And like I forgot to do original composition. I was sampling for like a year, like a year and a half, and I was just like doing that. But like it helped out because I was playing live too, so I wasn't like losing anything. So I was doing like live band stuff and then just sampling, like digging, crate digger, like cassette tapes, reel to reel, everything. I was like super into it.
Yeah, I remember like that first like project, one of the first projects that you put out on SoundCloud, which I think is one of the first I have on the on my little reminders or memories thing on my Instagram. I was scrolling through the other day, and it was your it was like the drawing of you, like just like a sketch, and it was just like literally just your face.
The yellow one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 21 EP. That's the one that's like the break I took from making beats. So I was like, that's all original composition except for one song.
That was one of my favorite whole entire pieces that you had done, and I looked back at it and I was like, holy fuck. I was like, this is like, this is something else. Yeah. And so I'm trying to think of like, so as you've transitioned into this whole entire new type of musician, how has it been affecting you in terms of just like, you say you're playing live, you're now in AMFM, which is a fantastic band. Shout out to those guys, they're doing great things. You guys are everywhere. I see you guys everywhere.
Yeah.
I literally went to House Pizza the other day and there was a fucking AMFM poster and I was like, oh my god. And so how has both of those things kind of transitioned into making you kind of who you are right now?
Well, it's interesting because like playing with Andy, shout out to Andy Moet and all of them, like Tuck Ryan and all them cats out there. Yeah, it's like they put you onto so much music that you didn't even know about. Yeah. It's like super, like if it's like it came out like 2019 last year, like, or back in the 70s,
right? They're
just putting on, like, Tuck's a historian, he just like knows all his stuff. So he's like just putting, hey, you listen to this, listen to that, and you listen to so much stuff, you're like, yo, I never even heard like something like this. And it makes you think, like, oh, so like you sit down when you're about to make something, like, it'd be cool like to try like what I heard from that song. And then that's what comes about it. It's just like your own interpretation and stuff, and it's like all these influences. Yeah. And that's what happens. Like playing live helps you out with that. And it keeps you in mind, but like, all right, if I'm playing this live, you know, keep this rhythm like this. It's like stuff like that. It's very.
It hasn't been helpful for your original composition for sure.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it has been. Just absolutely. Like, yeah.
Speaking of influences, what are some of your influences?
Let's see. Jay Dilla, off rip. Jay Dilla's top 5, top 2 actually. Him and Madlib are just like ridiculous. Everybody on Stone's Throw Records. Shout out to Stone's Throw. That's in LA. They're sick. If I ever signed to anybody, it would be them. I'm not signing to anybody else.
Shouts, come get your boy.
Listen, bro. So, yeah. D'Angelo, Stevie Wonder. Let's see. I'm trying to think. No, I can't think. Mind Design for sure. Let's see who else. There's a bunch of cats, man.
It's a pretty broad question.
Marcus Miller, of course. You know, stuff like that. You know, it's mainly like
varies.
Yeah, soul, R&B, hip hop, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's super cool, and one of the main reasons why I wanted to interview you is because of kind of what you were talking about, where it's like there's this wide range of the things that you are now able to accomplish with the things that you've been taught through school, and kind of just what you've learned. Like, dude, you hadn't even taken a lesson when we were playing together back then, and it was
still haven't.
Like, exactly. So it's like it's one of those things that like you learned over time to like pick up naturally. One of the things I'm also really interested in is the name. Talk to me a little bit about that and how that came about for you.
Oh yeah, it was cool. It was like, so I was like thinking, it was like probably like around like starting my music production thing. I was like, damn, I really want to put something out, but I'm not gonna put it out my real name because like no one wants to hear like Josue Morales Jr. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's bad weird. Or like Josh Morales. I was like, nah, I need something like cool, like, you know, not like an alter ego, but something that's like, oh, like that's, but you don't really know my real. You have to look me up to like fill out my real name. So I was like, so I looked up the root of like the Morales name. I just looked it up, like what's like why they call people the Morales family, and it was cool. It was like back in Spain and back in like the 1500s, 1600s, like whoever lived next to the Mulberry tree was the Morales family. So I was like Josh Mulberry. That's
Like a pseudonym.
Wow.
yeah, basically, yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was.
And I can tell that you have now developed the persona around what that is. You know
Yeah,
what
it's
I
weird.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, like this is like what you were doing back then, but it's really interesting for me, especially to kind of compare too, where it's like you're fucking dressing like a funk master every time I see you, and it's just like, no, I'm serious.
I feel you, bro.
And like it's just really kind of been interesting to see you take on just this personality and building yourself, and being able to kind of just like do whatever you want. Is it super comfortable knowing that you are involved in a band, but you also have the ability to branch out and kind of do your own thing?
Yeah, it's cool. It's like it's funny about the band thing is like everyone, like Andy tells me, he's like, yeah, you got a lot of pull with you like playing bass, because they think it's like, you know, the way I dress, like I'm always chilling. But the thing is, like, I'm always comfortable and I'm not doing anything crazy. Like I have basketball shorts on and a button down. Like it's not, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. And it's like the glasses, people think it's like, oh, this guy's an a-hole wearing glasses playing the back. It's like, no, like I can't do the lights, I get headaches. Like they don't understand. Like being honest, they were like, oh, you look so cool with the glasses. Like, bro, I need the glasses on stage. Like it's not like, you know what I'm trying to say. So it's kind of cool, like to mix it up. Like, hey, it is like Josh Mulberry is kind of like this character, but the character is actually me. So it's like not even, it's like even nothing crazy. So it's like it's not really a lot of stress on it.
I think it's cool because you can embrace yourself that way.
Yeah, and it's like it's not stressful.
It's like branding yourself.
You know? Yeah. So like I just like the one thing is like stay true. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be like this character that's like always like, you know, wearing like these crazy like silk shirts, but like I do like these shirts. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's not like it's like you know. Yeah, and it's like I'm just chilling. It's like it's all me. It's nothing crazy. Yeah, it's like that's what I like about it. It's cool.
The types of beats that you make are super soothing, super relaxing, but I've also heard some ones that are some pretty heavy hitters by you.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself working with like other hip hop artists like moving forward?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, yeah.
Some things that you're working on, or
me and Charles, infamous shout out to Charles, is like we always trying to get together. Yeah. Right. So like it's always, but it's funny. Tuck was telling me, he's like, Tuck's been working with Charles, which is ridiculous.
Have you heard some of that
stuff?
Oh
yeah, I heard all of it.
Crazy.
I heard all of it.
Yeah.
And Tuck heard my new song, and he was like, yeah, we gotta get together in the studio. But they both said it's like, yeah, we gotta get you and Tucker, you and Charles in the studio together.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey man, just hit me up. You know, I'm always free. I'll make it happen. And I have some beats for Charles. I send him actually today. So
heard.
Should be fun.
Heard. Do you think you can like transition into kind of like that role of like being more like producing for people, or do you think it's something you're ready to branch out into?
Yeah, one thing I did, I had to do it in Florida a lot, like just in school.
Tell me about that experience.
Yeah, it was cool. It's like people are just like, yeah, I need like a smooth R&B beat, and I'm just like, all right, just sing. Like I need to figure out what your voice is sounding like, and it's like you had to take on like the role, not just a beat maker, but actually like a producer. Like you're sitting in the studio with them. And like you're in front of the piano, like she has lyrics or they have lyrics, and you have to like actually like, you know, follow along.
So they put you in like these like situations?
Oh yeah, for Fuso, but that's even just in general. Like people find out that you're a producer, or you say it, or you mention it somehow, which I don't really mention it at all. They just figure it out.
Right.
But they're like, hey, I need a beat, or I need you just do in the studio. I always like when someone says that, I'm like, yo, let's get to the studio together. Like I'm not sending you beats. Like, let's make something in the studio. Like it's more of a vibe than anything.
Definitely.
But there's some people that's like you just can't contact. Like people live in Georgia or Atlanta. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, yeah, I need a beat. And I was like, all right, I'll hook it up. I prefer in the studio.
Just like really working through and creating that, and like being able to understand that energy. Yeah,
back and forth is like annoying.
Yeah,
definitely.
It does.
Definitely.
Yeah. I've had lots of conversations with lots of artists who either produce as well, or other producers, and vice versa with the artists. You know, there's been relationships that get ruined from like beats not getting sent, like stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like I'm always like
miscommunication.
I try to be professional about it, and like people know like when I do those months where like I lay bass lines down and I like, you know, promotion and everything, like, hey, I need bass lines. It's like people ask for bass line, but some people get like really, you know, people just like if I miss a deadline, like I let them know straight up, like, hey, I'm not gonna make this deadline, but I'll take half off or something like that. It's like professional, you know what I'm trying to say? And I always try to hook it up too, cause I know like, you know, customers come first and everything.
Right.
But that could ruin everything. I remember like this guy's like sending me 4 different emails instead of just putting in one email. I was telling him, like, hey, if you have any questions, call me.
Right.
Like don't just put it out in writing, cause like
you're not gonna get it, or
It's not even that. Yeah, like I'm
You
like,
can't hear the emphasis.
yeah, exactly. I'm just like, all right, where do you want this at? What do you want? It's just annoying. But
Yeah.
that's what I prefer in the studio.
Is living in Florida crazy as they say it is?
No,
Really?
no,
Really?
it's just super hot. And it's annoying.
Yeah.
It's so trash.
But like
dude.
none of that crazy bullshit you didn't see.
Nah,
it
man,
at
it
all?
was like I wasn't near that. Like I was like 10 minutes away from UCF. That's where you see all the crazy stuff.
Right.
But like I wasn't in that scene. Like when I was in Florida, I was working, bro.
Yeah.
I literally worked myself to the ground. Like
Yeah.
I got sick and everything. I had to come back
Oh,
home.
did you actually?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I couldn't finish the program. I got like my associate. I got my 2 associates, and that's it. Yeah. So I was like,
fucked.
dude, I was like getting these bad migraines, and like I wake up like my vision blurry, and like the whole like, I just couldn't do it no more.
You had to. It's a lot when they shove a whole entire 4 years into 20 months.
Yeah, bro. So what happens is like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like you have there's different classes every month. So that means you take finals every month,
Yeah.
and there's 3 classes a month. You see what I'm trying to say?
that.
And then you're
Right.
spending, and there's 1 month that you're spending 12 hours in a day to like actually in the classroom. So you're taking from like, say you go from 9 to 5, like in the 9 a.m. to the 5 in the p.m. You got to come back at 9 o'clock and go to 3 o'clock in the morning. It's open 24 hours, so they want you to work around the clock. So like when you're in the industry,
Yeah.
like, hey, I need to
used
be
to it.
I need to be in the studio at 9
Wow.
o'clock to 3.
But I feel like
It's
it's
actually kind of
definitely
cool.
it's
I
helpful.
wouldn't mind.
Oh yeah, like now,
Because like Berkeley didn't do anything like that. They were
Nah.
never like, yo, like you got
2 a.m. class.
2 a.m.
no,
class.
bro.
and
I
it's
remember
like-
those we had lectures at 1 o'clock in the morning. Trash.
That actually sounds kind of dope.
Yeah, it was fun. Like, but you see,
more of a
like,
night
but you see
person,
people like grinding. Like, I used to like take naps in the like in the school. I'm not about to go home for an hour, lay down. I'm not gonna wake up.
Right.
So I just like I got my next class in an hour, but
Yeah.
you know, stay at the school 5
And I
o'clock in
feel
the
like
morning.
everybody's kind of like that way. I guess not like freaking out, but like or like having like or getting sick or anything. What I mean is like I think that definitely does like I've seen it with people that have gone there, who I talk to on a regular basis, where it's like it is emotionally draining in a sense.
It's not even that, bro. It's like the fact is like you can't slack, and then if
Yeah.
you can't like. People not made out the same cloth, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Right.
you gotta see, you gotta know who the hard workers are,
Right.
who's putting that extra time. Like I used to put in 14 hours days when I was in sequencing technology. I was literally in class from, was it 10 a.m. to 1, and then from 1 to 1 o'clock in the morning. I was in the studio working on my like all the sequencing and technique.
Now,
I
was
didn't
that
even have
just-
to be
was it-
there.
You didn't have to be there.
No,
but
I didn't have to
it was
be
just
there.
for you.
That was for me. I had to be there from 9 to 1 o'clock in the morning, but that extra like 10 hours in between, I didn't have to be there.
Wow.
But I seen other kids that were trying to compete, and I was like, nah, we ain't doing this, bro. Like, you're not
Right.
outworking me.
Right.
It's not gonna happen.
Is that like the kind of like energy that's out there where it's like everybody's trying to outwork each other?
It's like you don't. It's like very it's underlining. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You don't see it,
The
but you know.
competition's
But you
there.
know it's there. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you gotta put in work. Because the thing is like the professors will hook you up. They see you working on something. They're like, yeah, I gotta disconnect. You go check this out. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's
Right.
like,
That's really interesting because
Yeah.
like you know like and as a musician you know this, it's like that there's musicians out there that just like kind of like will say, oh, I'm a musician and I'm just gonna do this for the rest of my life and just kind of
Yeah.
and not like take a shot at school or anything like that. But I think it's something to like at least like talk about where it's like in any sense, do you feel, especially as a musician, that school is something that's worth it given the experience that you had?
I don't know if that's worth it, dude. Like, but
You
the
think
experience,
so?
but the experience is always amazing, depending on where you go. You know
Right.
what I'm trying to say? But I don't think it's very necessary.
Do you
Because
think it
either
shaped your work ethic though?
I think it did.
Yeah.
Like all my technique I would use
I
on
think
Logic.
it is, because I mean I knew you
Yeah.
and I knew the type of time you
Yeah,
used to
dude,
work
I
on.
used to be chilling,
and
bro.
You used to chill and not give a fuck at all. And
Chilling.
now, dude, like you're doing show like
Bro,
a
I'm on
show
I'm on a
week,
schedule every day.
Right.
That's just how it is.
Right.
Go to sleep at a certain time. Wake up, make music, make breakfast, go back making music, promote social media, different content, all that other stuff. Photo
Yeah.
shoots, yeah.
Absolutely.
I like that
Stuff
you
like
threw
that.
breakfast into that. That was
Oh yeah,
important. That was
yeah.
very important.
Even
Yeah.
this is like toast bread with butter, like orange juice. You gotta have something in your stomach.
Something quick,
Right.
right?
Yeah, you get grumpy real quick. without
Especially when
food.
you're trying to like wake up in the morning and
Yeah.
try to work on something.
It's hard to like sometimes don't work out. You know, sometimes you can't think of anything. You don't want to make music, so you know.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
the one
brain
thing,
food.
the one thing I do is like breakfast, listen to what's out, like new music. If I find it, look out for new music, and it sparks inspiration. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's the one thing I always do, which is cool.
Any places that you've traveled with a band that have kind of given you some sort of inspiration in terms of building what you're trying to build within yourself? I
Let's
think.
see. The one place I went to was out in New Jersey. It was really weird. But like, there's this crowd that like literally play anything to do with dance.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, I was like, damn, like I'm not even trying to make like crazy. Like I don't want people to listen to my music like, damn, that's a sick like beat and like make like, you know, stank faces. I want people to like, actually like enjoy themselves and like dance and forget about the problems, you know. So that's like this transition I'm trying to make into like that, to like that, I call it alternative neo funk. It's like trying to like,
That's a good way to categorize.
it's like it's very hard right now because people know me for the beat making. They either know me for playing live or like making beats.
Right.
It's like just like no in between. But now I'm trying to make it. But now the people live see me. They see me as like the guy that plays like funky music, whatever. So like it's an easy transition for them. But the people that like I knew that were buying my beat tapes is like they're kind of like it's trying to transition from that.
Conversation I don't think we've had a lot this season. Do you think that genre is something that really shouldn't be like play a role in music anymore? Or do you feel like it's good to have some sort of a division kind of like that?
I think it's good to have like kind of divisions because it makes you shoot for something, you know what I'm trying to say, or even make your own genre.
Right.
There's nothing out there called alternative neo funk. Like I just made it up. It sounded cool. It made like I think it's cool to have
But
different
it sounds
genres.
like it encompasses what you're trying to
Yeah,
do.
exactly.
Like,
Like,
that's
screw it, just make your own genre.
Yeah.
But like I think it's cool to have different things because like you see something and it makes you draw. It's like imagine hearing like Brazilian funk beat. You're just like, oh cool, like
I'm
sounds.
thinking 1,000 different things.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like it's cool like to have that kind of thing, and
Yeah,
it makes
I see what you're saying.
makes you draw more to that.
Absolutely.
But playing a part as in like, should you be stuck on like being in one genre? Hell no, just don't do
Right.
it. Do whatever you want, man.
Right.
It's
Don't
hard,
feel
yeah.
confined into
Like I understand like making a lane, or not even making a lane, but like being proficient in like one, or like being really good at one, then branching out. But me and just like nowadays, like I'm just like just
Is
trying to
it
make
good
whatever.
or is it?
Yeah, it's more just like, yeah,
Right.
like, am I feeling it or not? Do I want to make a beat right now, or do I want to make a song, or do I want to like make a love ballad? It's like something like that.
Right. Talk to me, just as we're kind of finishing up here, just a little bit about what you have, you know, just moving forward. What your plan is moving forward, kind of what is kind of stirring up in there.
So a lot of like, I have a lot of new music, dude. Like, it's a lot. Like I'm in the process of like, I'm making music all the time, but like a lot of mixing and mastering and stuff for like a new project. Don't know when I'm gonna drop it. Probably like around like in the fall or something.
Nice.
But yeah, it's very different than what I usually do with the beat tapes. So it's all original composition. I'm singing on them,
Oh wow.
which is it's very different. I don't sing,
Right.
but I have some features on it. Some people from Florida, some people from Atlanta, stuff like that.
That's great.
Yeah, have shows with Andy Mowat, Frequency Movement, AM/FM. Have a show with Mangosa, which is also my band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, have a show with them in Kaleidoscope July 31st.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so at the end of this month.
Everybody like
Yeah.
OG.
OG.
We're talking OG.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
OG plus Tuck Ryan.
Oh wow.
Plus Tuck Ryan's on the gig in Momco Orlando on percussion.
Oh great.
Yeah, so we're
I think I saw you guys do that without Tuck at Tellus.
yeah, we
The
did that
one
without
time.
we did that without Tuck, and then we
Right.
did one with Tuck. We did
Photos from that.
we did
actually.
country. We did funky country.
Yeah.
Cause Andy's doing a series every Thursday. It's like Scary Pockets. I don't know if you ever Scary Pockets.
No.
They do like top 40 hits, but like all funk versions. So we're doing
I
like
think you might have.
yeah.
made me some of that
So we did
before.
like country music, but made it funky. And then we now like on July 18th, Andy was doing like all British songs, like
Oh, wow.
Beatles and stuff, but like all straight funk.
Interesting.
that sounds
Yeah.
dope.
So it's, yeah, and it's free show. And it's like every third Thursday
Oh,
of the month.
wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are putting together good things.
Yeah, that's
see.
cool.
I think it's really cool to see like the fact that I saw you and Tuck playing together. Like when we were in high school, like when I was young, like I used to look up to Tuck.
Yeah, Tuck's
And so,
a
like, seeing-
freaking monster,
Right.
dude.
So seeing you two
Dude, sick.
together was like really interesting. And once I started listening to the music, man, like, holy
He's such a
shit.
good songwriter too. Like,
Yeah.
like, he makes bangers, dude. Like through and through, banger. Like crazy. Little things, banger.
Yep.
Like it's just like that.
The first tape he put out was cool.
Yeah, Warmer's Blue.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was actually like in Pittsburgh when I was in the woods listening to that shit. It was dope.
It's funny. I just found like 4 of them CDs in my backpack. They're just like unopened because like I bought some. I was like, yeah, I'll buy some. So,
Word.
yeah.
Well, Josh, man, I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate
Thanks,
you
man.
coming on. It was great talking to you,
Sweet,
honestly.
thanks.
Guys, make sure you check out his shit. This is our producer of the season, like we always have.
Sweet.
So make sure you check it out. All the links will be in. And dude, once again, it was just good catching up with you.
Thanks, man.
just
It was
hanging
good.
out
It was
and-
fun.
Yeah. Nick Levin, as always. Josh, thanks for coming on.
Much
And
love,
guys,
bro.
we will see you next week for the last episode. And we might unveil what we're going to be doing for
We
our
might.
season finale.
I think we should.
Yeah, we probably
We
will.
will.
You guys are going to fuck with it. So we'll see you guys soon. Peace.